What is going on?
What's up, girl? How are you?
Doing good. Good to see you.
I have a ton of questions, but I want to
Okay.
focus on what you're seeing now. I'm
Okay.
not good with lighting.
Okay.
It's not one of my strengths.
Mm-hmm.
So right
Mm-hmm.
now I have two soft boxes. I try to position them a certain way, and so red is a part of my brand. So I have these two LED lights that I got from Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
So I got one over to my left, one to my right. It's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
a red background, if you would, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
blue solid behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So any tips on, because I don't have a key light, and that's my
Okay.
killer. I'm trying to get either the newer key light or the Elgato key light that I could clamp on the desk in front of me, but I feel like my face is not lit properly or evenly, if you would. So I know you're an expert on all things live. So I came here to be coached. Hello.
Gotcha, Dean. Well, here's what I would say. You don't necessarily need a light directly in front of your face. It definitely helps, but the biggest thing is, especially if you're recording in small spaces, is going to be diffusion. So if you have a light, just like I literally just recorded, finished recording, I just need to finish the editing. It's a light that Andy Senni sent me. This is a small light. And so even something small like this, I think this may run for like $60. You could have this up and off, angled off to the desk, but with diffusion, it'll still light you well. But from what I can see in your image, you actually probably need to tone it down. You don't really need more light. You need to figure out where and what the light is doing from where you're coming in from. Because right now you look like highlighter Dean. You look like, you know what I'm saying? If Little Bill was a cartoon and they turned him a different color, there we are, you know? So to get the same colored background, but to have your skin tones normal and natural, we need to not have that light casting on your skin directly. And then we also don't need that light bouncing back off of you. So I would take the lights away, get all of them. I would all of them. And so, and this is what I'm saying, like, plug your camera in, all the same things, but take all the lights away and start putting one at a time. If you see that like, oh, it's just the one off to the right that's literally lighting my entire body, remove that light or angle it differently or something like that, because you're getting the light on you. It needs to only be behind you, and not cast back off of you. And so sometimes you'll see that with people that use green screen, they're starting to turn green, or their skin has a hue to it, a green hue. It's just like you want to turn it down and then get diffusion. I've talked about those pop-up softbox lights by Diffuse that you can just drape over your existing lights and stuff like that. So you don't have to buy a softbox kit. You can just work with that and soften the light that's on you, and you won't get like even discolored. Now I can tell like you're blown out in certain areas. It's super, you know, harsh. So I would say take the lights away, get yourself well lit just with one light or normal lighting, and then add the colors in. Maybe turn down the intensity so it's not 100% or 50%, but maybe 10% is enough to give it the color and splash.
All right, that's an amazing tip. My only problem is like these lights are not dimmable. I can't dim them at all. I can't turn anything up or down.
Okay, cool. Guess what? My first 200 something videos, even probably more, didn't have lights that were diffusable. All I did was take, because it was a big softbox, I took craft paper, but for something small like that, you could literally take printer paper and either drape it over it, clip it over it, tape it around it, as long as it's not getting hot. But if it is, you can buy diffusion material that almost looks like, it could look like a bed sheet, or it could look like a shower curtain. But the thing of why you would probably want to invest in diffusion material is so that it doesn't like catch on fire. Other regular household stuff probably will. If it's a small LED light, you need to diffuse this or some kind of way. Sometimes they sell where you can have a little softbox around it, or you literally can get some kind of something like piece of paper, whatever, and just soften the light. You just need to reduce that intensity. So if it doesn't have one built in, you got to create it. And it's can't nobody see behind the scenes. So you literally, for the little ones, you can probably take a pillowcase.
You are an expert. I watch your content a lot. When I purchased my M50, which I'm not using now because I don't have a capture card, I watched all of your M50 videos. Gosh, but I was a little bit upset because you kind of ditched M50. and went to some guy named Sony.
Well, I have commitment issues and I can neither confirm or deny. Okay. And, you know, I go where the wind blows. I'm a free spirit.
Hello.
No, but it's like for real. It's like, so for me, it was one thing when at the time I bought the Canon M50 and I'm only using it for my YouTube videos because at the time I had Panasonic. So when I wanted to start experimenting with doing more things, I had the Panasonic camera. However, you know, the M50 was fun. And so like that, all of the content that's really come out of the camera came from, okay, I bought it specifically like for vlogging and stuff and YouTube videos. Can I get more out of it? But come, you know, full circle of, you know what, I want to create a video editing production company. I really want to step it up and do other things. When I look at the Canon path of things pre the Canon R5, none of the things existed in any camera that made sense. And when I looked at other brands, I'm like, well, Sony is really hitting home for that. And not just the camera that I would want today, but in 2 years, they're already making cameras that I could upgrade to now, you know, and it's just like, I trust that they would make a good camera in future. And so that's why I went ahead and switched to Sony. It's not because like for YouTube or for live streaming for real that you can't get around those things with the Canon. It's just that for me and my work, I'm not buying two systems, for one for YouTube and one for my business. No, it's got to pretty much hit home for all the above. So that's why I left. And Canon actually can't even win me back. I'm so in love with Sony. I just, you know, it is what it is. So
yeah. So now you got me thinking about Sony, man. Like, come on.
I cannot be held responsible for your buying purchases. Okay, your buying decision. I cannot be held responsible. Then you're getting some comments though on your looks though. Chocolate Twist Yoga saying those colors on Dean though. So and loving the background colors from Dean, so vibrant. So Johnny's appreciating. So you know, you're getting some love and yeah.
Wow. All right, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure, man. All right, take care, Dean. All right. So awesome.